Hey guys, so it is Monday morning, the day before I leave for Japan. I'm pretty much all packed up. My throat, I woke up and I'm feeling like a little bit sick, so I'm definitely gonna be drinking a lot of oil of oregano and lemon water, and I'm also gonna go get Emergency. And for some reason, I feel like my lips look super plump today, even though I haven't done anything to them in months now. I'm actually gonna go to the mall because it's open today. I didn't realize it was open today, so I wanted to go to the mall. I want to exchange the Fenty foundation. I've also been really loving the Fenty primer. I got it as a sample and I really like it, so I might get this too. I have a coupon somewhere for the Sephora Friends and Family, so I think that when I get back, when the VIB Rouge sale happens, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a get ready with me with all of the products I recommend, so that way you can see them in action versus me just sitting there talking about a lot of products for like an hour. So I got some requests to share what I did in terms of makeup for the video, my packing video. If you watched me last year, you would know I loved the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I started using it again. I don't know why I stopped. I think like when you just use something for so long, you kind of are like, okay, I want to try something different. My self-tanner kind of rubbed off on my face a little bit, especially during this time of the year. I really love using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. So I actually purchased the Fenty foundation this week. I was really excited because I got a sample of it, and Ariel Christiana, she has been wearing it recently, and I always think her skin looks so beautiful, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. And I got shade 300 because when I swatched it, it looked just like the color of my Armani Luminous Silk, and the description was like medium skin with olive undertone, so I was like, perfect. I looked so orange and so red a few hours after it had like been on my, not even a few hours, like an hour after it had been on my skin, that I couldn't even use it. Like I couldn't use it when I had a ton of self-tanner on, let alone when I'm a little bit more pale. So I want to go exchange that today. Like I've only been recording for 11 minutes. If I don't talk and do this, like I can do this so super quickly. And then in terms of setting, I haven't been setting like baking lately. I feel like my overflow of appliances. I have an appliance problem. Oh my god, guys, I didn't tell you, but you know my favorite health food store? It was called Go Organique. Well, because like this past summer I was really depressed, like I didn't go to a lot of my favorite places that I normally go to, and I feel really sad because I guess the last time I went to Go Organique, like the last time I went, it was a huge store, and the last time I went they had like half of the store blocked off, so it was like half the size, and that the side that was blocked off was like mostly like supplements and stuff. So I was like, oh my god, like what's going on? And she said, oh, we're just making it smaller. And then I didn't go back because, you know, when you're depressed, you don't really do the things that you normally love or would normally do. And I drove past it this last week and it was all boarded up and it said like for sale, and it made me so sad. I feel like, well, first, I know the location was not the best location because it was really out of the way for people like in the suburbs. If you're in the area I'm talking about, like you'll get what I mean. It wasn't in a complex that a lot of people went other than to go to the movie theater, you know, so it wasn't the best location, but like I still went a lot, but I didn't this past summer, and I was so sad because they were so nice, and I always feel really sad when stores go out of business. I mean, I don't know if it was because like monetary reasons, financial reasons why they closed, or if, you know, there was like a personal thing, but all I know is that it's closed and I feel so sad. They were so nice. They were like the first place I saw that had LaCroix in Montreal, but as we know, well, if you follow me on Instagram, there's a lawsuit going on with LaCroix because apparently the ingredients have like insecticides in it. Okay, I feel so weird without my eyes, so I'm gonna go ahead, do my eyes, and then I'll show you the finished look. So this is pretty much my finished makeup. I'm having one of those days where I feel like I just look weird, but I think it's just because I'm not feeling the best, like my throat's kind of hurting. So Mike and I are just on our way to the mall really quickly because I just need to exchange the foundation, and I also have a 20% off coupon, so I'm gonna exchange it and then repurchase it with 20% off and maybe check out a few more things, but I'm not really sure. And then, I don't know about you guys, but we have been loving the Shane Dawson Mind of Jake Paul series. I didn't really talk about this much on YouTube, but last winter, if you ask Tony or Mike, I went through this big Jake Paul phase. I loved his music videos, and I always had a little bit of a soft spot for him because I felt like it was like all a little bit of an act. So it's really cool to be seeing that inside sort of perspective. And I know people are all like really upset about this, saying it's really damaging to mental health. As someone who suffers with anxiety and depression and probably a few other things like that have been not diagnosed, I am loving the series, and I think the issue is that people are just like, I don't want to say putting too much pressure on him because I'm not some crazy fan that's like Shane Dawson can do no wrong. I just feel like people are giving him this role of being this spokesperson for mental health when that's not what he set out to do. It's entertainment. And yes, mental health is serious, but if anything, I feel like this series is bringing light to the fact that, you know, I personally don't believe, do you think Jake Paul's a sociopath? I don't believe Jake Paul is a sociopath. Logan, I'm a little iffy about, but you know what? You cannot diagnose someone unless you're like a clinical psychiatrist or psychologist. But I think that this series is also bringing to light the fact that not all sociopaths are murderers and dangerous. I think, you know, it's bringing light to the fact that people might have sociopathic tendencies. They might be like a little different than you and I because I'm the complete opposite of a sociopath because I am an empath. And empaths feel too much emotion. That's like how I feel. Like I feel everything too much. And because of that, it kind of makes me a little bit of a recluse in some ways. Like for me, it's just easier sometimes to be alone than to put myself into situations because I feel everything and it's a lot of stress. So I can't imagine what it's like to not have any sympathy or not have any empathy like that. I cannot even imagine it, truthfully. Actually, I feel like it's helpful because it shows that I feel like people think that in their heads, like psychopaths and sociopaths, well, they're different, like psychopaths are more violent, but I feel like people think sociopaths are all murderers, all crazy, all, you know, dangerous to other people, but, you know, maybe they're dangerous emotionally to other people. And I think that's really an interesting thing because if there are 1 in 25 people are sociopaths, we probably know people who are sociopaths. The more people are aware of what sociopaths actually are and like the fact that they're not all dangerous, I think that's actually really important to know. But I'm curious I know that Shane has been getting a lot of flack, and I feel like people just need to take it for what it is. It's entertainment. Like every time you watch a Netflix documentary, you're not holding the filmmaker accountable to be the advocate for every single thing. No, they're just sharing a new story, a new perspective. And hopefully it encourages you to look into it on your own. And that's how I feel about that. And yeah, his editing was dramatic, but like, it's entertainment. Like, who's gonna sit and just watch a 45-minute video of just like talking? It's entertainment. And I think that people just need to take it for what it is, take it at face value, and not try and make Shane a national spokesperson for mental health, because he is not in the position to, you know, give people advice or to help people suffering from mental issues. So that's how I feel about it. So anyways, it's like 1 o'clock now, and we're running to the mall, and then hopefully we'll be back by around 3 so we can watch the new episode. When we were walking in, I saw that they had FAO shorts, and I was like, oh my god, the giant piano. But this is as big as it gets. But really cute if you have kids for Christmas. On our way to the drugstore, we saw David's tea. We were gonna go to Starbucks to get a tea, and then I said, let's get like a cold tea. So came in, ended up buying a whole bunch of tea. But they have this cold survival kit, which I'm really excited about. And the tea that I'm most excited for is actually, they have something, it's a white tea, it's a lemon cayenne cleanse, which is similar to like the Master Cleanse. So I got that, and comes with a honey stick, so I got that and a few other teas, and I'll show you, but haven't been in David's tea in a while. Good morning, guys. It is actually kind of late in the day. It's like 1:30. I just showered and I'm opening up my blinds. So yesterday, Sunday, Tony and I came back from Japan. As you guys know, I went over to Japan for like basically 3 days plus 2 days travel for work. I went with eBay Japan to visit some eBay sellers, eBay luxury pre-loved sellers that invited me out there, and then I didn't want to go alone, so I got Tony a ticket, and Tony came with me, thank goodness. I was sick going. I had like a bad cold or flu or whatever. And then the time change is crazy. When it was like, let's say it was 1 p.m. here, it was 2 a.m. in Japan. So the time change was crazy. Tony and I barely slept. We would fall asleep at like 10 p.m. Japan time, wake up at 3 a.m. But most of the nights I only fell asleep around midnight, even though I was so tired. So I barely got any sleep. Yesterday was such a blur. Oh my god, I'm so tired that it's like hard for me to even hold up my arm. We left Japan on Sunday, the 14th, at like 5 p.m. Japan time. Arrived in Montreal Sunday, the 14th. It's like so hard to explain. We arrived, because of the time change, it's like it's really a lot. So I got home yesterday at around like 5 p.m., got through customs. They searched our bags, even though we had like literally nothing to hide because I didn't buy anything really in Japan. And Tony did buy a ring, but she declared it, so it wasn't an issue. But I guess they're like, why did these girls go to Japan for 3 days? So they searched our baggage, and then they saw like our handbags. I was carrying my Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse, and they're like, when did you get those bags? And I was like, December 2017 at Ogilvy's. Like, I don't know. I guess, it's their job. But when you have nothing to hide, then I'm not nervous. And I don't know why. I just was like very confident yesterday. So last night I got home. Mike had hockey practice at like 8. Oh my god, why is it? Mike had hockey at like 8 p.m. and I was here, but I really don't remember much of last night. To be honest, I really don't. When he came back from hockey, I was like, can you bring me Wendy's? Because I hadn't eaten, and a Frosty just sounded so good. And I went to sleep, and I just don't remember most of last night. I think I was just so tired and like catching up on sleep. So we went to sleep kind of early, I think. No, probably like around midnight. And I thought, oh good, I'll get like 8 hours of sleep, wake up early, start my day. My phone was at 1% when I went to sleep last night, but I was too tired to even try and, find my charger, because when I was gone, my mom came and cleaned the apartment, like while Mike was at work, and I don't know where she put my phone wire, so I was like, I'll just go to sleep, like no one's gonna need to get in touch with me until the morning. I'll wake up in the morning and charge it. And then I guess Mike left for work at around like 7, and I woke up at around 8:30, went to the bathroom, was so cold, put on a house coat, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna sleep for another hour. And then this morning I hear, because my window was open because I like fresh air, and I hear my name like, Allie! And I thought it was Brandon at first. I thought it was my friend Brandon. And then I hear my door open, my front door open, and it's my mom, my sister, and Nolan coming in. They're like, oh my god, are you okay? You weren't answering your phone. Like apparently everyone was so worried because I wasn't answering my phone because it was dead, but I was literally like, when you are so in such a deep sleep and like having such vivid dreams, I always say that it feels like I'm in another dimension. Like it doesn't feel like a normal dream. It feels like I'm almost lucid dreaming because I feel like I have control in those dreams. It doesn't happen to me often, but when it does, it's like a very, very deep sleep. So they came and woke me up, and I had a coffee, showered, and now I'm gonna head over to the office. I also wanna go get a iMac desk computer today because I wanna kind of have a working area. I think that'll be really helpful for me. It is really hard to do everything off of a MacBook just because it really doesn't have that much storage. I also want to rearrange my living room. I think I just want to put it back to how it was originally. I don't know. I don't mind it like this, kinda, but I kind of want to just put it back to how it was originally. I'm not really sure. But I had, when I first moved in 3 years ago now, no, I moved in 2016, October 2016. I got an IKEA desk that was supposed to be my makeup desk, but I didn't like my makeup, the room, the lighting in that room, which is why I always do my makeup in the kitchen. So I had this white desk and it was floating around, and I was going to give it away at one point, but then I'm like, no, I really need to get a computer, and the desk has been here in this wall in this kitchen for a while, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get a computer, clean it up, and make it a cute little desk area. So this has kind of been like a little bit of a catch-all. The weeks leading up to going to Japan were kind of a little bit crazy. I feel like my nose is huge right now. I feel like I look like it's very swollen. It could be, I'm not really sure. So I'll show you what's going on over here, and then hopefully I'll have a really nice after for you today. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit of a mess. There's a lipstick on the floor. There's a Just Fab box of stuff that I ordered, and probably I'm gonna have to return some of it. And then I have this desk, and it has like my caboodle, it has PR, it has coffee, a bunch of stuff, so I need to organize all of that. Hey guys, so not much has changed since this morning, well, this early afternoon. I'm like all bundled up in this coat that I know a lot of people didn't like last year because I thought it made me look fat. I was warm, at least, okay? And there's bigger fish to fry in the world than looking fat in a coat. And this is a comfortable coat. But I will say, it does feel like it fits differently than it did last summer. So it's around 4 o'clock. I was working at CNC. Now I have to go to the post office, and I'm also going to head to the Apple store because I want to get the computer. And even though, yes, I could very well just go tomorrow, I'm tired, I don't feel good, I can just, you know, go tomorrow. I'm the type of person that once I get something in my head, I want to do it right away. So I think I'm actually going to make gumbo for dinner tonight. I know, I'm like, why not just do something easy? But gumbo actually is really easy, and it's really delicious and just warming. And I feel like I need like a meal like that. I need something a little bit more comforting. So I'm meeting Tony. So I'm going to meet Tony at the mall because we're going to try and get a student discount for me. And I guess I have to put gas in. Fuck, I don't have my wallet. I have to get my purse from Tony. So, okay, very rarely will I get coffee after like 3 p.m., but I need it today. Hi, could I have a grande latte with almond milk and 2 pumps of chai syrup, please?
Grande latte with almond milk and the chai. Is that all?
That's it.
Perfect. It's 6:38.
Thank you. So I tried ordering it in a different way today because a lot of you guys said that when you order a latte with pumps of chai, it's cheaper, especially because I don't always get the full amount. By the way, you guys know I've been having issues at this Starbucks. I think I vlogged about it. Hi.
6:38?
It's debit. And so I vlogged like I think once or twice when I was having issues with my orders, because I'll order like a unsweetened green tea lemonade and then it'll come with sweetener, or I'll order, you know, a dirty chai and they'll just forget the espresso. I get mistakes happen. Like, I'm not upset because they made a mistake one time, but 1 out of like 3 times I come and get my drink, it's wrong. Another thing that I talked about is how I am always so concerned about the people behind me that I never try my drink at the window, but now I'm starting to put myself first and I try it before I leave. So I always like run off or drive off, and then it's wrong, and so I have to come through the drive-thru again. Oh, but I wanted to tell you guys, the reason why I brought this up again is because I got so many like Instagram DMs and comments and messages from you guys being like, oh my god, this is the Starbucks I go to too, and they always mess up my order. And so it made me feel better that I wasn't like alone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I just got home from running errands. It's around 6 o'clock. I think my dad's gonna come for dinner tonight, and it's just one of those nights where you want something warm and comforting. So I'm making chicken and sausage gumbo. I've made this on my channel before. It's Jesse James Decker's recipe, but I do things a little differently. I use turkey Italian sausage, and I don't use okra because I've never had it. And I mean, I've had it, but I think in Greek dishes, and it's just not something I love. So I have everything ready. I'm gonna start prepping it. And I'm really excited to eat this. So tonight for dinner, we made gumbo and some French crusty bread. Definitely not the healthiest, but so good on this rainy day.